Hello and welcome to 21 Questions. My name's Mike. I run trivia shows. I found some cool stuff for us to talk about today. Let's get started. Question 1. In computing, what is larger, a kilobyte, a terabyte, or a gigabyte? A terabyte is the largest of those things. It's 1024 gigabytes. Kilobytes are even smaller. Question 2. Are dolphins cold or warm-blooded creatures? Dolphins are warm-blooded mammals just like humans, although I have to say I've worked with some very cold-blooded humans. A big hello to some of my old bosses in commercial radio if you're listening. Question 3. In which country was the first Earth Hour held? It was back in 2007. Was Earth Hour first held in Australia, France, or England? So Earth Hour was an Australian initiative. They had the 20th anniversary of Earth Hour on March 28 of this year. Earth Hour is always held on the last Saturday in March each year. Question 4 is a true or false on this podcast. True or false? The Komodo dragon is the largest living species of lizard in the world today. Is that true? Is that false? The Komodo dragon is a member of the monitor family, and it is in fact the largest living species of lizard in the world today. That one is true. Question 5, we're at the movies. Which disorder does Dustin Hoffman's character suffer from in the movie Rain Man? Now, the overarching answer to that is autism. In that movie, Dustin Hoffman's character displays a combination of autism spectrum disorder and savant syndrome, which is a rare condition in which the person with developmental disabilities exhibits exceptional specialized skills, such as a prodigious memory and advanced mathematical calculation abilities. So says the internet, and I'm sure they wouldn't lie to me. Question 6. Which two rivers are variously described as being the longest in the world? Now, this is a tricky area of trivia. You'd think you would be able to ask which river is the longest in the world and have a definitive answer, but no. The river nerds can't agree on this, so that's why I've put it that way. Which two rivers are variously described? And the answer is Amazon and the Nile. They're both around 6,500 kilometers, give or take. Many sources quote the Nile to be longer, but there are also some scientists that say, nope, it's the Amazon, and it all comes down to the place it's measured from, and that's a subject of debate because it changes with seasons and various other things. So, tricky, but Amazon and the Nile, the answer to that one. Question 7. Is cycling, swimming, or running the middle stage of an Olympic triathlon? An Olympic triathlon, and most triathlons generally, go swim, cycle, runs. So the middle stage is cycling. The first Olympic triathlon was held at the Sydney 2000 Olympics. I don't know if you knew that, but now you do. After question 7, we do the first clues for the Who Am I? For the ep today, it's a movie. Who am I? I am a 1994 American drama film starring Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. I was adapted from a Stephen King novella. Some of you know it already, I can tell. I can just feel it. Even though I'm recording this 2 weeks before you will listen to it, I instinctively feel some of you are right now shouting the name of a movie at your speakers. Good for you. Now, if you're not one of those people and you don't know it yet, there's more clues coming after question 14. Question 8. The Wolverine, as in the animal, is a member of which family? Is the Wolverine a dog, a rodent, or a weasel? It's a weasel. That's right. Hugh Jackman is famous for playing a weasel. Good. Question 9. The UK version of which game show was embroiled in controversy in 2001 after a contestant allegedly cheated via a series of coughs from an audience member? That was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And if you don't know this story, it's well worth a Google. Question 10. How many times does the letter P for Paul, hello to my brother Paul, how many times does the letter P appear in the word inappropriate? I've always found 3 was a good number for inappropriate. That's INAPPROP, that's the third one, RIATE, inappropriate. 3 Ps. Question 11, it's another true or false. True or false, the actors Paul Newman and Heath Ledger and the mountaineer Sir Edmund Hillary all died in 2012. Is that true? Is that false? That one's false. They all died in 2008. Question 12. Who wrote the book that became the basis for the musical Cats? The book was called Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. Who wrote that? That was written by T.S. Eliot. That is not the easiest question I've ever asked on this podcast. Question 13. Which country was IKEA founded in? IKEA was founded in Sweden. Some of its offices are still there, but a lot of their administrative work is done in the Netherlands, which I think has become a bit of a tax haven for some companies. Not accusing anyone of anything, just saying. Question 14. Which 1988 Academy Award nominated movie starred Bette Midler, Barbara Hershey, John Hurd, and James Reed? I am so tempted to sing Wind Beneath My Wings at you, but I'm not going to. The movie was Beaches. Good who. More clues now for the Who Am I. If you remember, Morgan Freeman, adapted from a Stephen King novella. Here we go. Who am I? I was nominated for 7 Academy Awards in 1995, including Best Picture, but I went home empty-handed, losing to Forrest Gump. This is despite becoming widely regarded as one of the greatest films ever made and nominated as the best prison movie of all time in a recent online poll of movie fans. Amazing movie, no Oscars. More clues coming up after question 20. If you still haven't got to the bottom of that one, that's okay. Question 15. David, Stephen, Graham and Neil are the first names of which US music group that were formed in the late 1960s and known by their surnames? It was one of the very first supergroups. It was Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. They had the songs Teach Your Children and Love the One You're With, which is bad advice, can I just say? Look at the lyrics of the song Love the One You're With and tell me if you think that's good advice to give someone. Question 16. Which animal does the term porcine, P-O-R-C-I-N-E, relate to? That would be pigs. Question 17. Which famous American sitcom is said to have borrowed heavily from a different American sitcom called Living Single? Okay, you guys, this is wild. You've got to Google this. The answer is Friends. Friends is said to be a direct rip-off of the American sitcom Living Single. Living Single was a TV show that was on before Friends. It featured young professionals living in New York and dealt with their lives and their loves and all the things, but the cast were all African American. Apparently, the boss of the network that ran Friends said, I want that show, but with white people. I wish I was joking. I'm not. Have a Google of that. Friends is accused at the very least of being heavily influenced by Living Single. Question 18. Nepal sits between India and which other country? Nepal is between India and China. Nepal is a landlocked country in South America that sits directly between India to the south, east and west and China to the north, but you already knew that. Question 19 is always are still alive or not so much. I give you a name and you decide if you think that person is still alive or not so much. Today, Joe Pesci, the American actor. He's done so much good work over the years. Raging Bull, Goodfellas, he's in the Home Alone movies, he was in Lethal Weapon. Is Joe Pesci still alive or not so much? Joe Pesci, still alive. He's 83 years old. He'll be around for a long time. Question 20 is a music question. Which nationality were the band The Vapors turning in a worldwide hit song in 1980-81? They were turning Japanese. If you don't know that song, have a listen to it. It's quite good fun. Final clues now for the Who Am I. I was director Frank Darabont's first feature film, and it's said that his inexperience led to tensions with Morgan Freeman, who would refuse to do extra takes if he felt he'd already nailed it on an earlier take. Speaking of Morgan Freeman, his character Red's mugshot as a young man featured his real-life son. There's a bit of cool trivia for you. What movie was that? The Shawshank Redemption, originally Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption when it was a Stephen King novella. Well worth a look. I'm going to rewatch that movie. I haven't seen it for years, and I think I only ever saw it once. Okay, that is 21 questions done for this episode. We finish each episode with a trivia question submitted by a listener. Last episode, Gal from Belmere sent in, what was the original name of the bloodhound, as in the breed of dog, the bloodhound? And the answer is a St. Hubert hound. St. Hubert hound. Thank you, Gal. Never heard of that. Great question. This episode, Shannon has sent in, who provided the voice of Superman in the Lego Batman movie? Now, I can honestly say I do not know. Shannon, good work. I will have a Google of that, and I will let everybody know at the end of the next episode. Great question. Thank you very much. Now, if you'd like to send me a trivia question to ask in this final section of the show, please do. 2 ways to get it to me. mike@triviatribe.com.au is my email address, or you can contact me via my Facebook page, 21 Questions by Trivia Tribe on Facebook. I will acknowledge every message that I get to let you know that I have received it. This podcast comes out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Thank you very much for listening. Let's get together in a couple of days and do it all again. I love you. I've been Mike van Acker. Catch you next time.